let's kick this thing off with the #1 rated body part that women love on men, and that is abs. Why? Abs are what? They're front and center. And check it out, even if you're not the best looking guy, I mean, let's just be real here. Hey, at least with your core, there's something you can do about it. And no, it's not about doing more crunches and sit-ups. It's about lowering your overall body fat percentage through diet and working out, of course. So the ab muscles can actually be seen. And no, you don't need to be the most chiseled, the most leaned out guy in the room. However, you also don't want a large amount of abdominal fat either. It's actually been scientifically proven that if you hold too much belly fat, this actually lowers your testosterone as well as your sex drive. And those two things are absolutely detrimental to who a man is and the way he holds himself as well. #2, all right, we got wide, strong shoulders. Now, a study from the University of Albany found that a woman's sexual satisfaction is strongly linked to her partner's shoulder width, not his wiener width. It's a sign of strength and masculinity. Now, these days, women might tell you that they want a super soft, gentle man who's intact with his emotions and feelings all the time. But that's just because culture tells them that. What women really want is strong men, both physically and emotionally. And the best way to showcase and symbolize that strength physically is to build those shoulders up. By the way, I'm on the same journey as a lot of you guys watching. My physique is nowhere near what it needs to be, what I want it to be at. I started off my fitness journey at 110 pounds. I'm now 150. So I've been able over time to build myself up to the average Joe. But hey, look, this video ain't about being perfect. It's about being aware and making those small adjustments so you can steadily progress over time. And now, speaking of man parts that women love, the daddy long schlong. Unfortunately, it didn't make today's list. However, this is 100% a man zone that you don't want to neglect, ever. It may not be the first thing that a woman goes wild for, especially right when she meets you. She's not going to be like, oh yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Just to whip that thing out. But hey, look, if you're a man of high value and you got all your ducks in a row, meaning you work hard, you're loyal, you provide, you put others first, God first, you got strong values that you live by, you're not all emotionally unstable, you're calm, and you treat her with respect, okay, now she might want you to whip out the love muscle. With that said, a well-groomed man zone is paramount. In fact, research has shown that over 80 to 90% of all women prefer a well-groomed Johnson. And thanks to Manscaped.com, who sponsored today's video. Right now, if you use the promo code TCSDRE, you'll get 20% off plus free shipping on all Manscaped.com products, including the new special edition Purple Lawnmower 4.0, which is a partnership they just did with Testicular Cancer Society, whose goal is to increase awareness of testicular cancer, which is the most common form of cancer amongst men ages 15 to 35. Statistics even say that one guy every hour gets diagnosed with testicular cancer, but the survival rate is 99% if diagnosed early. So I encourage all of you guys at home, make sure to check yourself down there 1 day a month. All you do is take a warm shower, gently roll your fingers around the nuts down there, checking for any lumps, a change in size, or any pain. And if there is, be sure to contact your doctor right away. And if you want to learn more, go ahead and click that link that I have for you down below. All right, moving on. #3, the face. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about how attractive your face is on a scale from 1 to 10. I'm talking about the way in which you hold it. A study from the University of British Columbia found that women are less sexually attracted to happy-looking guys than brooding men. Meaning women were actually more attracted to men who looked a little moody at first glance. Now, I'm not saying to never smile or never be happy and just to be in a bad looking mood all the time, but projecting a more serious, brooding look should be your go-to, opposed to Mr. Happy, everything's just unicorns and rainbows kind of look. I mean, look, we've talked about this before on this channel. Our energy should be down here in our nuts, right? It shouldn't be all up here, high, obnoxious energy, all happy guy. So when your energy is more down here below the waist, you're gonna be less likely to carry around good guy energy and happy smiles all the time. That's how you kind of get put in the friend zone. So it's all kind of one and the same here. Don't overdo it with smiles and giggles all the time, especially when you're around women. When you're with your boys, yeah, anything kind of goes then. But when you're trying to attract a female, especially for the first time, try to keep things a little more mellow, a little more stoical, I guess you could say. Next up, arms. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta have these big old whomping pythons, because even having size sometimes doesn't look most attractive. It's about having a little size, yes, but more importantly, being lean, having that leanness. By keeping them lean, again, by lowering your overall body fat percentage, those muscles are gonna start to become visible. The veins are gonna start to pop. And it has this kind of illusion that you're repping 50 pounders. Last summer, actually, I was pretty leaned out myself, and my arms looked great. They weren't massive, but they were lean, which give them, you know, some nice shape. Similarly, the forearms also play a huge role. Almost just as, if not more importantly. It's funny, there's this kind of low-key obsession that women actually have over guys and forearms. And if you think about it, I mean, it's the first thing that women see when you introduce yourself, right? And it's actually statistically shown that women prefer exposed forearms opposed to short sleeves and even sleeveless, because it's almost like a little treat or a little tease, kind of like man cleavage, I guess you could say. And a man who push-ups his sleeves isn't trying to be sexy, or at least he isn't coming off that way. And again, you don't need to have big, massive forearms, but you also don't want little dinky ones either, kind of like me. But at least try to keep them lean by lowering your overall body fat percentage. And if you're up for it, you can also shave your arms. It's not mandatory, of course, however, it does show more vascularity. Your hairstyle. Now, of course, we already know how important a hairstyle is for a man. We don't need to go much into depth about this. However, what's currently most trending right now is messy hairstyles. For anyone who rocks a more neatly groomed kind of hairstyle, you may want to try to loosen things up. Let the hair kind of fall down a little bit, as this gives off a more chilled out masculine vibe opposed to uptight. Remember, everything matters. Every little style choice that you make is a complete reflection of who you are on a personal level, your character. And if you want to go for something a little more on the messier side, from my experience of doing hair videos here on YouTube for the last 10 years, a sea salt spray and a clay is the perfect combination to go about this. It's the perfect 1-2 punch that gives you that low shine and a more messier, grittier finish. My brand Shavu, we've created these two products that you see here, and they work hand in hand together. They were designed to complement each other. The sea salt spray gives you that major volume boost, while the clay gives you that all day long lasting hold that you got complete control over. And today you can actually get both of these products for 10% off, anything in the store for 10% off actually. Just use that promo code that I have for you down below. Now, stubble has been shown to be the most attractive form of facial hair. Having super heavy beards, or on the other spectrum, having a real clean shaven face, is found overall less attractive. Now, of course, we're not talking about all women here, especially young teenage girls, but who we are talking about here is the majority of adult women. Also, a pro tip, if you are a bit on the patchy side, like me, don't got much going on here, you don't want to grow out your hair too much, as this is actually going to make you look more patchy. So keeping it nice and trimmed is the way to go until hopefully one day things come in nicely. And lastly, having a built back. I have an article right here that was created in 2013. It's a study by the National Academy of Sciences. It says back broadness accounted for over 79% of the variability in a woman's perceived attraction. Having a V-shaped back even trumped a man's height when it came to physical attractiveness. So, the proof's in the pudding, guys. Build that back. However, now look, like I've said in previous videos, for those of you who have been subscribed to me for a while, looks aren't everything. We know this, or we should know this. It's pretty much just a bonus step when presenting yourself to a woman, right? Those extra brownie points. Back in Grandpa's day, women weren't looking for the hot dude, the hot guy. She was looking for an honorable man that could be a solid husband, father, leader, and this is the type of woman that you want. If you're looking for girls and you're just attracting girls that are just down for a one-night stand, down to F, down just to have a good time, then this is low value for both parties. It's a waste of time. It hurts you in the end. It builds up this false confidence. In other words, it intensifies your ego. It makes you think that you're more than what you really are. It makes you more self-centered, more narcissistic. It makes you more addicted to pleasure, using women as tools just to get what you want. Might seem fun now, but in the end, it leads to nowhere. It slows you down. You know what's truly masculine? You know what's truly hard? Is going after the quality girl. The quality girl is actually, she's hard to get. She knows her worth. She isn't giving her value to every single man that just shows her a good time. She's the girl that expects you to man up. She challenges you to be the man that you need to be. That's the type of girl you want. And that should honestly be your main focal point. Not trying to find the one, but become the one. Become the best version of yourself until the one does come along, and now you're equipped. Now you're ready to make your move. So being good looking and maximizing your body's potential, it's cool, it's fine. Do it, Make sure you got those things dialed in, but don't make them first priority, you guys. Don't make them only priority. And hey, look, this is why me and about 2,000, 3,000 other men decided to all shave our heads last month and do that 21-day wake up, oh sleeper challenge. It was to get rid of all the superficial and hone in on the things that are actually going to improve our self-worth, our self-discipline, our value, our relationship with God. That stuff right there, that's numero uno right there. So with that said, appreciate you guys tuning in, and hey, I'll talk to you next time. Peace always.